Hi everyone, today we'll be working on the Seine Vanpowers assembly tutorial video. So first we'll start off by opening the box and taking every piece out. As you will see, most of it comes in pre-assembled pieces. From this point, you want to carefully remove the padding, the secured padding. You also want to carefully strip off the zip ties. Before you get started with the assembly, make sure you look at the instructions, which will be helpful to reference if you're not sure how things should be looking at any point. Make sure to double check, make sure you have all your pieces and all the tools that you'll need it to put your bike together. From here, we'll be mounting the front fender. Before that, make sure to remove the bolts from the front fork using the 4mm and 5mm Allen wrenches. Attach the fender to the fork, make sure it fits in there snugly. Now here we're just making sure we install every nut just to make sure the fender fits there properly before we move on to the front wheel. Before attaching the front tire, you're going to want to remove the plastic piece that has a quick release lever. When installing the front tire, you'll see we have a quick release lever. The quick release lever goes in through the rotor side. Then you can tighten up the nut on the other side. Make it nice and fit, give it a nice tight squeeze, and adjust accordingly. Next, we'll be mounting the basket and front light. Use the 5mm Allen key to remove the 4 bolts on the head tube, then mount the basket and screw the bolts back in. Next, to attach the front light, you'll need to find where it's located, and you'll be attaching it with the 4mm Allen key. Next, we'll be mounting the stem and the handlebars with the 5mm Allen wrench. You'll need to flip the latch to open up the clamp so you could attach it onto the stem. Quick tip, when adjusting this last part, you want to shake up the stem. You want to make sure to readjust afterwards for proper fitting. Okay, next you'll want to adjust the handlebars till they're properly fitted to your height. Once you get that in place, you want to retighten the stem bolts. After you make the necessary adjustment, we'll be connecting the display. You're going to plug the green display cable into the green display outlet. Make sure to adjust to a proper height. Make sure to tighten it up and test it out. Make sure it's working. Looks good. Next, we'll be moving on to the seat, which you can adjust to a height that's comfortable for you. Our screwdriver has both Phillips and flatheads to use, which you'll be using to install the bow. After the bow, you'll be moving on to the front reflector, making proper adjustments. And next we'll be moving on to the rear reflector, which goes right underneath your seat. Give it a nice tight adjustment to make sure it stays in place. When mounting the pedals, please make sure you get the right one and the left one on the correct side. Next, mount the left pedal on the left side of the crank arm and tighten it counterclockwise. The right one goes clockwise. After this last step, your bike is now fully assembled. Next are just a few quick tips. For example, your tire. Make sure to check the correct tire pressure depending on the terrain also. Here we are just testing out the gears. Make sure everything is running smoothly, which it is perfect. The only thing you will need to adjust is the front brake, and for this, we highly recommend you do use a professional. Alright, that's it for now. Thank you for watching our assembly video of our CN model. We hope you have a fun experience with our Vanpowers e-bike.